Hello guys, this is Cesar Creates and welcome back to my channel. Today it is time to add the cheetahs to our Elm Hill City Zoo and to the wildcat house, which I am super excited for. So yes, this is finally a time to build for cheetahs in our zoo, and I am beyond excited because I love those cats so much. I mean, cheetahs are probably my favorite cats of all the species that are available in the game. I mean, I love them in real life. I think that they are so beautiful, like majestic cats with this beautiful, like thin silhouette with this muscular bodies. They are so agile, so quick, so fast, and they are really good hunters. So also I love their pattern. They are so beautiful to me, and I am so beyond happy that finally we will have them in our zoo, and I hope you guys are excited as well. I saw so many requests to add the cheetahs, so yeah, finally it's time to do this today. If you are by any chance new here, new to the channel, first of all, welcome. It's so nice to have you here. I hope you will enjoy the future videos, and I hope you will click that subscribe button down below. But if you are new here and you haven't seen the latest videos from this zoo, we are focusing on our wildcat house. This will be a big house that will house 9 different cats. Most of them will have their enclosures with the indoor and outdoor part, and by now we have built for the snow leopards, cougars, Siberian tigers, the Amur leopards, the West African lions, and now it is time to build for the cheetahs. I am sort of trying to locate the cats in this house based by the biomes, the regions that they are coming from. So first we went through those colder regions with snow leopards, cougars, Siberian tigers, and slowly we are coming towards more tropical ones. We went through the savannah with the tigers, and now with the cheetahs, and in the future episodes we will focus on more tropical regions, so I hope you guys will like it. Yeah, only 3 more cats to go, and then this house will be finished. I am beyond excited for that. I want to give you guys a tour of this house because I love how it has turned out. Let me just tell you that it is a bit of a challenge to make all of those enclosures a bit different, because it was my goal to give all of those enclosures something a bit unique, to give them this distinguishing features and so on. So 9 different enclosures with 9 different cats looking totally different. This is quite a challenge, so I had to come up with some idea for the cheetahs today, and what got me really inspired was the cheetah enclosure from my local zoo. For those who don't know, I live in the northern part of Poland, and the closest zoo that I have from my home is the Gdańsk Zoo. There the cheetahs have this enclosure when they have a very tall like foliage grass in there, so sometimes you barely see them because they are somewhere lying in this grass, and I thought that this would be very interesting to try to recreate because we didn't have that in the previous enclosures. So I wanted to create like those really high grasses with those pacing trails. I think this is the way to call it. I mean, when the foliage is naturally growing and the animals like do their trails, do their paths, natural paths, and they walk through it, the grass just dies in these places, so they create this natural like trails in between the higher grasses. So this is something that I wanted to do here, and yeah, I hope that I was able to recreate that. You will see me using different kinds of grasses, different kinds of lower foliage to create this look of a bit messy, maybe not one kind of a grass, but a bit messy, overgrown environment for those beautiful cats. At the beginning of the video you could see that I had the shell of this enclosure, I mean the fences, the moat, the path already done. This is because I did it for the first time for the snow leopards, and I didn't want to repeat myself. I mean, this is the same thing, just copied over and adjusted a bit to the shape of this enclosure. So if you'd like to see how I created those fences, how I did the mode, hop over to the snow leopard enclosure. I will put the link down in the description and on the screen. So yeah, I didn't want to make this video too long, so I just focus on the things that are like different, that are like, you know, the main feature of this enclosure, which is this tall grass with this different kind of foliage and different, of course, indoor area that we'll do in a second. And then I did the rock walls in there. I also copied over them from the other habitats. I adjusted them a bit. I changed the color of them to make it look a bit more like savanna, like those, you know, typical desert rocks that are a bit like orangey but more brown. I don't know how to describe that, but yeah. Then I wanted to add some trees, but I actually thought that it doesn't make sense to add so many trees in there, so I only went for 2 of them, one very small, and I also created my own tree, which is this oak tree from the Euro pack. I just combined 2 of them into one big tree, and I think it looks so beyond amazing. As I told you guys in my last hyena enclosure, I really like combining the trees right now and creating my own. I think it gives this unique feature to every habitat, because, you know, there are no 2 different trees anywhere. And I started to add those big rocks, but then I will actually change them, because I didn't like how this color of the desert rocks corresponded with the wall in the back. I think that the colors were a bit off together, so then I will switch them into the tropical rocks and it will look so much nicer. When it comes to this big tree, I also thought that it is a bit too lush for this environment, so I added those Niteria bushes. I think it is called Niteria or something. I just added it into the leaves of the tree, so it wouldn't be so lush. It will be, you know, a bit more like dry, something like this. And I think that this tree now looks so beautiful. I'm so happy with it. So yeah, this is just the main feature of this entire enclosure. Okay, so while I'll be doing the natural part of this enclosure, let me talk to you guys a bit about different things, because I have some lists of the things that I wanted to tell you, as always. So the first thing is that I was able to fix a bit the performance of the Elm Hill City Zoo, and this makes me so happy. I actually watched a video by Leaf, who made this video that a piece count doesn't really matter for the performance of your zoos, and I did what he advised. I actually closed down the zoo for the guests. I had the guests limited to only 500, but then now I closed it off completely. There are no guests in our zoo, and it somehow sucks, but still, I think that, you know, we are now building so far from the entrance that the guests, like, they didn't seem to come here anyways, so you couldn't see the guests on the cinematics, and no one just, you know, said anything. So I think we are totally fine with that. And the other thing what I did was go through all the enclosures and, you know, sell a lot of animals, because I had breeding on actually in the zoo. So we had I was like doing those cleanups from time to time, but then I went really and did this like really severe cleanup of all the babies, all the animals, and I was able to save some of them, and suddenly the performance was so much better. It's still not perfect, it's still not as in the Desert Adventure Park, because then there the performance is much better, but we were able to make a huge progress. So huge shout out to Leaf. I thought that actually what slows your zoo down are all the pieces that I'm adding, because, you know, all of my habitats are thousands and thousands of small pieces, especially that I am adding so many of those small rocks that are piece by piece and so on. So I thought it was that, but actually the more like the issue were the people and the issue were the animals. So now it is a bit better. I still want to upgrade my computer eventually, so I am sure that in the end the performance will be even better. The other thing is that according to my schedule, I I will be uploading this video on the day that the Big Planet Zoo stream is happening, the sounds of the summer, so you guys will probably have a chance to watch my videos probably before the stream or after if you are willing to, but yeah, I am having, you know, big expectations because I love the Planet Zoo music and I am super excited for that, and everyone is expecting that they will reveal something about the upcoming DLC, but we'll have to know. So I don't have any news right now when I'm recording this video, and I am very anticipating. And what I also wanted to talk about is how amazing like the excitement of the community is right now. Just think about it that this game has almost 3 years, and go to the forums and watch how many like posts there are about the new upcoming DLCs. People are so beyond like excited. They are waiting, they're anticipating, they are guessing what it will be. So it seems like the Planet Zoo community is growing strong. It is, you know, doing so well. So I am very like positively thinking about the future of this game, and this makes me actually so happy, and I cannot wait to see what the next DLC will be. And the last thing that I wanted to tell you is I'm trying some things different with my microphone settings and so on. I noticed that some videos had this voice of mine a bit like distorted, I think you call it. It was a bit like loud and it created some problems with some speakers. I am not really into that stuff. I don't know anything about voice recording. I just watched tons of tutorials on YouTube how to, you know, set your microphone, how to do editing and stuff, and I decided that probably something that I do wrong is just placing of my microphone. I think that I had it just too close to me, just too close to my mouth, and now I am trying to have it a bit further. So if you are like noticing any change in this video, please let me know if it's actually better or not. Okay, but coming back to the videos, you guys could see me adding tons of details to this outdoor part of the enclosure. I mean, after being done with the foliage, I added details just like dead trees, some of the logs, also a lot of tiny rocks, and some of the decals to the moat to create this really cool, like overgrown with algae and a bit dirty moat, and also some decals to the ground of the habitat to create like those dirt patches that I really love to do because I think it looks so realistic. It is just like other enclosures in here. As I told you guys, we always have this moat, and also, yeah, one thing that I wanted to tell you, I had people like commenting that it's not too realistic to put cheetah next to the big cats because the cheetahs will be naturally scared of them, like the tigers and lions, and I totally hear you. I know that you are concerned about this. I know that I am always saying that I want to build realistic zoo, and maybe, okay, I can agree it's not too realistic, but I had to have 2 points for my defense. At first, I was just, I think a year ago in a zoo. It was at Dubai Safari Park, where the cheetahs lived just, I don't know, 2 meters or 5 meters from the lion enclosure. It was really close. I think that they even could see each other, and the cheetahs were chill as they could probably be. They didn't mind the lions at all. They were just chilling in there, having their best time, like playing with each other. So it all comes, I think, if the cats are born in a zoo, they are like used to that, they don't feel threatened by anything, it's totally fine to house them next to the bigger cats. And also, I know I am saying a lot about realism, about being, building realistic zoos, but to be honest, this house is not too realistic. I know about it, I am aware of it. when it comes to housing big cats, the cats that are climbers, that they are escape artists, you probably should have some sort of mesh over the outdoor area, or very high electrified fences, and we are not doing something like this in here because I based this house on a house in the Tier Park Berlin, and there wasn't anything like this, and it didn't house the wildcats in those enclosures. So yeah, this is not too realistic. So considering that, I hope you guys will forgive me for, you know, putting the cheetahs next to other big cats. They are still quite far from the lions. They are not too, I think it's like 20 meters or something, or even bigger distance. So I think that will be fine. And also I really wanted to add the cheetahs here because I love them and I wanted to give them a really nice space in this house, and I hope you guys will like the space that I created for them. Okay, and after being done with the outdoor part, I of course went on to create the indoor part where the animals will spend probably their winter. So I really wanted to create some cool rock formations for them to hop on, to sleep on them. So I did just that using the desert rocks. I of course did the backdrop wall, I mean this rock wall, and I added some plants, not too many because it is still the indoor part. I added some food enrichment for them, and I think that this indoor part looks really cool. It is so hard to do those indoor parts like very unique, different from each other, but still I tried, and I hope you guys will like it as well. Okay, I still have some time to give you guys some fun facts about the cheetahs. As you guys probably know, the cheetahs are the world's fastest land animals. They are able to go from 0 to 100 kilometers per hour in just 3 seconds. When racing at full speed, they cover about 6 to 7 meters with each stride. But they are built for speed rather than the stamina. After a chase, the cheetah needs to about 30 minutes to catch its breath before eating. In 2012, 11-year-old cheetah Sarah from Cincinnati Zoo broke her record, covering 100 meters in 5.95 seconds. In comparison, the Olympian Usain Bolt, who holds the human world record, is much slower by comparison. He did 100 meters in 9.58 seconds, which is always twice as much as the cheetah. And this is unfortunately all that we have time for today. I love the cheetahs so much. I love their body silhouette. As I told you guys, I think that they are so beautiful, and I hope you guys enjoyed today's habitat for them. If you did, please consider to subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. Give this video a big thumbs up down below, ring the bell if you want to be notified every time I upload a new video, and of course comment down below if you liked today's video. Thank you guys so much for watching. Have a wonderful day, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye guys!